Hi Stephen, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, Bernard. Yeah, sure.
Good stuff, Stephen. How are you? Okay, Stephen, let's get going. I suppose with the immediate news, it's more COVID issues, more players withdrawals. I suppose at this stage, do you kind of start to feel like you're cursed in some ways?
No, absolutely not. I think this is, the way of the world at the moment, and I think we're talking about people are said a vaccine is imminent and 90% proof. All those sort of headlines have been in recent days. So, you know, hopefully this situation is temporary throughout the world, and certainly um, in Callum's case, obviously he just came in and on the first test was tested positive, so he wasn't feeling unwell. So it's just unfortunate for him, really.
I suppose after all that went on in the last window, it must be massively disappointing that we have this again, Stephen.
Yeah, well, listen, that is true. We are. It is the case, that we're disappointed, but that's you've got to deal with whatever comes your way. And I think we're thrilled to be going. It's a great game, great 3 games for us. Um, playing England at Wembley, playing Wales in Cardiff, and playing back in the Aviva Stadium against Bulgaria. So just 3 games in 6 days is terrific, and terrific games to play in for the players, and so we're looking forward to the games.
Okay, Guy Havard from Sky Sports, please.
Hi Stephen, you mentioned the two that are out. Do you have any other doubts for tomorrow? And we're going to be speaking to Seamus straight after this. Are you able to tell us yet whether he will start tomorrow, please?
Yeah, well, I haven't picked a team yet, Guy. To be honest, I haven't picked a team yet. But of course, Seamus is a very important part of uh, of our team, for sure.
Okay, Ed Leahy from RTE,
I don't.
please.
Was there another part of that question? I don't know. Was there
Uh,
Any other injuries,
any
Stephen?
other injuries?
any other injuries? Uh, Harry Arthur's had a little issue with his calf that ruled him out of a game at Nottingham Forest last week. So we'll see how he is, and we'll make a decision based on that.
Okay, Ed.
Stephen, how are you doing? Well, Stephen, just wanted to ask you, you said last week that David McGoldrick played in Slovakia with an injury. I'm just wondering, did you know he wasn't 100% fit before the game, and did his club give permission for him to play that game, if knowing that he was injured?
I didn't say he was injured. He certainly wasn't injured. He was fit. He was managing all the players. A lot of players, when they're playing so many games, particularly, some players are playing. Some players have come into camp on the back of four championship games in 10 days. A lot of players are managing injuries. That's the reality. It's not black or white. You're injured or fit. I think they're always managing injuries. That's the reality. David had an abductor issue. He gave everything out there, and it was no real issue.
Okay, the
Thanks.
42, please.
Yeah, hi Stephen. I know that every game is important, but the really serious stuff are the World Cup qualifiers in March. Look, like with a half an eye on those games, do you have an idea in your head as to what your best team is? Or if not, is that an objective of this international window to get that more firmly grasped in your head?
Yeah, well, these are important games. And every game is important. It is, and I think you know it's been well documented. The World Cup seedings status as in the Group B for the Nations League. The bigger picture has always been the World Cup qualifiers. Um, Obviously, with some players missing, that would prominent. The 2 players that were ruled out today would obviously feature prominently in our picture for the World Cup qualifiers for sure, without a doubt. Obviously, people like Troy Parrott, if he gets regular games, and on the under 21s, Michael Obafemi, if he gets regular games, are people who could certainly come into the picture in an attacking sense also, and. That's for sure, and I think Yeah, no, I think we've got core group of players with international experience here. So it'll be interesting to see how we go over the three games. I think one of the things about having couple of players ruled out in the manner that they were is just it opens an opportunity for other players, and it's interesting to see what that brings.
And how frustrating is the loss of Aaron Connolly, given we might have seen him more centrally over these next three games?
Yeah, no, it is. It is very frustrating. I think it's just, Aaron will be a terrific player for us, for Ireland. He's really trying. He came in, and the frustrating part of Ireland's injury is that he'll only be ruled out for 10 days. It's only a 10-day injury, and it just happens that we've three of those games in that period. So it's a very minor grade 1 hamstring strain, very minor, that will only rule him out for a short period. But it was just a deceleration in a training game, and I think it was just very unfortunate for Aaron. And it's that's the way it goes. But it opens opportunities. Adam Ida comes into the picture, and Ronan Curtis and James Collins. So they certainly come into the picture.
Thanks, Stephen.
Okay,
Thank
off
you.
the ball, please.
Thanks, Stephen. I know you've brought in Shawnee Maguire as cover here, but how far outside the picture is Shane Long at the moment then?
Now Shane, we checked availability on players. Shane was not available actually. He was in a collision in Southampton in training. He was had a tackle, and he's ruled out. Actually, wasn't available at short notice because of the knock he got, and so he wasn't available for selection.
And just given Ed Stevens is unavailable, do you give consideration to playing Matt Doherty at left back tomorrow?
Yeah, we have some options. I think left back has been an issue. Like Derek Williams obviously has been injured and wasn't able to. He was in the last squad, but he picked up a toe injury playing for Blackburn, and he wasn't playing. Other left backs like Johnny Hayes at Aberdeen and Greg Cunningham at Cardiff have been injured as well recently. I think obviously Ryan Manning had a very good season last season with Queen's Park Rangers. Because he was moving, he was somewhat frozen out, so he hasn't played. He's only played 70 minutes really since the start of this season with Swansea, but he is a very good player, and he has got a lot of training under his belt since he got to Swansea, so he'll join up with Jack Bourne ahead of the trip to Wales and the game against Bulgaria.
Ronan Murphy, one question.
Yeah, hi, Stephen. Just looking at this England game in particular, do you think it's a good chance maybe for some of the players who are fringe players at their club that aren't getting a lot of minutes at the moment to maybe step up and show their club managers what they can do? Because obviously a lot of Premier League managers will be watching it because England are involved.
Yeah, well, that's certainly one point of view. It's one perspective, but I think really the players love playing for Ireland. They're very proud. Every cap is important, and when they're ruled out through injury, they genuinely are devastated. A lot of them, and certainly it's I think they'll want to do well. Just initially playing for their country, and obviously playing England is a big game, and and I think they'll be keen to do well. So I think that'll be their primary motivation, rather than trying to impress other managers. But I think the primary motivation would be to do themselves justice while playing for Ireland, and try to play to their best of their ability.
And to end the live section, Tony O'Donoghue. Still no Tony? Oh, there he is.
How are you doing?
Right, Tony.
Sorry I missed most of that.
Sorry.
So I probably missed all your best lines, Stephen. So I don't really know what to ask you, except wish you good luck for tomorrow. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, we are looking forward to it. It's the players, get an opportunity to play in Wembley against England. Ireland have never won in Wembley in their history. Won twice, once in Stuttgart and once in Goodison, 70 odd years ago, and 32 years ago. So it's been a long time. I think it's great to go there. Obviously England are in good form. We've played well in some games recently, the playoff against Slovakia particularly, and we haven't been scoring goals, of course. And I think so. We're looking forward to going there, and we want to perform well. And the players very committed, and we want to go and put on a good performance against England tomorrow.
I'm sure you probably dealt with this already, but you must be cursing COVID, are you?
Well, listen, there's nothing we can do about that. We can't do anything about that. It's a problem throughout the world, and I was just disappointed with Callum Robinson, because between being a close contact on this, it's cost him 5 starts for Ireland between the last camp and this camp, and he's an important player for us. He's a very important player for us. So I was disappointed for him, because he was really looking forward to this run of games. Obviously, he took being a close contact in the last run of games. While he was disappointed, he showed great dignity, and he came in hugely determined to do well. Spoke to him a couple of times. He was really driven, and then you wake up, your first test, you wake up the following morning to the news that you're positive. So it is difficult for the players, and certainly, it is. From their point of view, there's nothing they can do. That's it.